So we had an idea. Back in May, the three of us were in Europe together, and we realized we had a bunch of projects over there. We could, with all the traveling that we do, stay in some of the areas that we're exploring for these films.
So over the course of this, you will probably see us do a lot of really cool and exciting things, but the truth is we all can be major workaholics.
With work, we really wanted to still maintain a very healthy work balance and still focusing on this and actually improving it and actually having more productivity with what we're doing.
So we decided that we wanted to take what we're doing on the road and get out and about and start making the things that we're making all abroad, all across the country and all across the world. There's nothing better than a creative adventure with people you love, and even more so, people you love to be with. You can basically do anything. Jump off a waterfall, hash out a creative idea in a small room together, or watch the sunrise in a place you'd never been before. It doesn't really matter what you do, it's why you do it and who you do it with. So this is our experiment with living, working, and dreaming on the road together.
Good morning. You have to start your day off really well by making your bed.
Yes, Kesha, good job.
You can't clean the world if you can't clean your room.
That's so good.
This is my room.
I know for me, just getting up and just having a time to myself, just getting to walk around wherever I'm at. And you know, the amazing thing is like when you can be in a place where walking around outside your house is in the mountains, or it's like just anywhere in nature. It just feels different. And I think I'm learning what I love in a place.
Hold on, stay.
Am I getting them?
Hello, little bear.
Go, go, go. Oh my god. Okay, keep going. He's just a sweet guy. Look at me.
I've never seen a bear like in the street. To walk out and just breathe in nature, and I feel like it does recalibrate my entire day of how I'm looking at the world, how I do my work, how I interact with people. It just gives me like a clear mind within all that.
So with COLLECTORtravels, we obviously are working remote, and so it has been a transition for this first trip. It was at first difficult to kind of wrap my mind around, like, okay, like what's this gonna look like? How are we going to actually accomplish this? You know, our biggest priority is still, you know, getting everything done on time and accomplishing all of our goals and actually setting goals that are realistic for ourselves as a team and then for our clients as well. And just being intentional about that. It feels really good at the end of the day to be able to check off, you know, I did this, I did that, we achieved all the goals that we wanted to, and then you feel confident when you talk to your clients. You actually feel like you are succeeding at what you went out to do.
You have all these ideas and you all have all of these plans and all of these things that you think a season is going to be. But when you actually step into it and you press the play button and you play it back, it's not that. Because that's not how life is. Life isn't about playing it back exactly how we thought. It's not a rehearsed script. It's not, and we knew that this season wasn't going to be a rehearsed script. Even though we love our work, even though it's so important to make sure that everything that we're doing for ourselves personally is healthy, we knew that we would just shrivel up and die if this season was not about community too. Community's been so important to us our whole lives.
All right, everyone come to me.
What? we all have our own vices, you know, like when I was talking about that story of King Arthur, where all his men had, like, they went to go find this like big dragon, and it's like in this forest, but they all entered in different ways, and whichever way was most scary to them. And that's just kind of stuck with me, the idea of like, we're all gonna have different vices or different things that are the hardest for us, and like facing those head on. And that's something we talked about a lot for this new section of our life. Like, what's that into the wild moment where he's terrified of water and he decides to go kayak the most dangerous river, the Colorado, you know, and he conquers it, you know. And it's sort of like when you stare into the darkness and the abyss and you stare long enough, you kind of overcome it.
Like, things that I think that each of us should be practicing daily is like, okay, you know, what's a little goal that I can achieve today that I know that I can achieve today? You know, like I feel like that's what's been really important for me.
Because I think in some ways, like, the portion you serve yourself gets to be the portion you bring to the table to share.
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're taking the time to, like, really give yourself what you need and have, like, the fullness of life and, like, the fullness and growth on your plate, then, like, what I bring to the table to you guys gets to be, like, a really fun buffet. And we get to share that.
And that's
way better than Golden Corral.
Moral of the story, this is better than Golden Corral.
It's your friend in the dark, a friend in the light. You're the only one for me. The ghosts of the past and the terror